or whatever, you know. But hey, it seemed like we here, we live now. What's up, Facebook? What's up, YouTube? It's the Home Invasion Show, another installment, OG Radio, Sucker Free Radio, Chin Checking Radio, and all of that, you know. So, like I was saying, I wanted to talk about the death of Superman, the new animated feature that DC put out. And anybody that knows DC, they know that they're on a roll when it comes to their animated features, but they suck so much when it comes to their, movies, actual authentic movies, live action properties, and all that shit, you know. Before I get into that, man, I wanna ask this, all right? So they're coming out, apparently I heard, with a Jared Leto full-fledged Joker movie, you know, from the Suicide Squad. And also they're coming out with a Joker origin story for, you know, starring Jacqueline Phoenix or whatever. Or Joaquin Phoenix, however you want to pronounce it. Whatever. I say Jacqueline, I don't know. Right? But to me it's like, that's kind of weird. You're going to get two different versions of the Joker running at the same time. I don't know how close they're going to release these movies or whatever. But either way, they're releasing them. And to me it's like, well, I don't know. I don't know what y'all thinking, what y'all doing, or whatever. To me it's like, yo, stay with one and stick with that, you know? But if y'all tuned in to a couple of shows back, I don't remember which, but I was saying how to fix the DC universe in terms of like their movies or whatever. It seems like they did that except in animated form, which is crazy because I said, man, do the Death of Superman movie and then branch it out, showcase and introduce all them characters, because the Death of Superman, they introduced a bunch of new characters and some old ones or whatever, you know? So they had Cyborg Superman, they had the Eradicator, they had Steel, and they had Superboy, you know? And they kind of did that in this movie, which is dope, you know? My issue, though, the thing I don't understand is nostalgia is in, right? Everything that's selling right now is 90s oriented, quote unquote, you know, because the people buying, the target audience now, the people that are spending money, is our age demographic, you know, people from the 90s, people that grew up in the 90s and all that era and all that. So to me it was kind of weird when I saw the Superman movie, The Death of Superman, based on the comic that was made famous and released in the 90s, but done in the same costumes and all that shit from like the New 52. To me, I couldn't really associate the two. I couldn't really jam them together like that, you know, so I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know why they did that, and it just took me out, you know? Because I'm a big mark. I'm a big fan of, like, the 90s era Superboy with the leather jacket and sunglasses, you know, all that shit. I love that, you know, because that's what I grew up with. That's what I know. You know what I'm saying? And the Superman with the mullet. Mullet. I like to say long hair, you know, but people call it mullet. And they didn't do that. They had him with that ambassador-looking suit, and Superboy had the New 52 look. And it was just, I don't know, it was just weird. Wonder Woman was in this movie, like the whole Justice League was in this movie. And they were all rocking their New 52 outfits. And I don't understand why they did that, you know. One thing to keep in mind, though, this movie's an hour and 20 minutes long. And I think I hit the hour mark and they just introduced Doomsday. And I'm like, yo, how they gonna do this? And it's a two-parter, I'm guessing. You know, kind of like they did with the Dark Knight Returns movie. You know, they didn't really advertise it. They didn't say Dark Knight Returns Part 1 going in. You just watched the movie all throughout, and then when it ended, it just said Dark Knight will return in Part 2 or whatever. So I'm guessing this is the same thing. They didn't really do the same in terms of, like, you know, credit-wise. But what they did do is kind of do what Marvel is doing and have, like, little end credit scenes or whatever, you know? So, like, you saw Superboy come out of the chamber. You saw Steel building a suit. You saw the Eradicator, and you saw Cyborg Superman. So pretty much setting up the movie for, you know, the next one coming up, which is crazy. And I love this movie. I love this story. Love this comic. But I just hated what they did with it in terms of, like, the New 52. I don't know. Like, to me, it just make no sense whatsoever why you'd go out and do that. You know, like, I guess they're trying to, you know, plug the two markets. You know, something old with something new, but sometimes it works and sometimes it don't. And to me, this just did not work. You know, I don't know if anybody else is feeling it. I don't know if anybody else is, you know, feeling what I'm saying, though. You know, because, again, I want to see it done right. I want to see it done right. The voice acting was grating. The voice acting was super great. You know, I don't know who thought Dwight from The Office would be a good fit to play Lex Luthor. You know what I'm saying? Like, it sounded to me like he was trying to do a Kevin Spacey impression. You know? And it was just whack. And some of the dialogue, I don't know if it was ripped straight from the comic, but some of the dialogue was cheesy as hell. You know, it sounded like one of them whack-ass 90s anime dialogues. You know what I'm saying? Down to the first scene where they introduced Superman. I was like, ever wondered how you would feel if it fell from a high distance? Let's find out. Takes the dude all the way up, drops him. Oh, I guess that's how it feels. Must have hurt. I'm like, God damn, this shit is whack, man. This shit is whack. You know, and I'm hoping to God that the actual comic doesn't have dialogue like that, because honestly, if it does, then that takes away from the comic and stuff like that. But honestly, like, it is one of those classic comics, and the reason why they did that is at the time in the 90s, Superman wasn't selling much because, you know, them Boy Scout superheroes, you know what I mean, the ones that are straight cut and all, you know, they got moral dilemmas and all that shit, you know, those characters weren't really selling anymore. You know, in the 90s, it was the rise of the anti-hero. You know, so you had like Spawn coming out. You had Lobo, Wolverine, you know what I mean? Characters like that, you know, the anti-heroes, you know, where it's like, they're not really good, they're not really bad, they're kind of doing their own thing. And those characters were selling. So Superman comics weren't selling, and they decided to do pretty much just kill them off. And it was such a big deal. I think this was, in my generation, in my era, this was the first time Superman ever made headlines all over the world, you know, in terms of like the comic killing him off and shit like that, you know. Major news outlets were out there reporting it, talking about it. It was a big deal, you know. And the second time it made headlines was Superman revoking his American citizenship, you know, in comics pretty much, you know. Comic storyline, you know how most of the third world countries aren't really trusting the States. So in the comic, Superman goes down to a third world country and tries to help it up, but instead of, you know, instead of the country people, the country folk thanking him for it, they were actually feeling like, you know, it's the States, you know, they're coming in and trying to invade and stuff like that. So it actually blew Superman's mind. And I love when they do something human like that for Superman, you know, because keep in mind, Superman's a different character where, like, you know, Batman, you know, he's trying to keep his identity secret, you know, so his identity would be Batman, you know, Bruce Wayne is who he is. And like the Flash, you know, same deal, you know what I'm saying? You know, Wally West trying to keep his identity, the Flash, secret. Whereas Superman is Kal-El, you know, and he's trying to, like, fuck, I don't know if you've seen Kill Bill, but, you know, Bill put it nicely when he said Superman is the only character where his identity is Clark Kent, and he's trying to blend into human society and stuff like that. So it actually blows your mind when you think about it like that. The philosophy behind Superman and how he's trying to blend into society, trying to be human as much as possible, and to fool us into thinking that he's actually a human being when in actuality he's a Kryptonian, and that's really who he is, you know? So, yeah. Smash or grab. I'd say grab this movie, check it out. It's definitely dope. You know, they did it justice. You know, they didn't really pack any, or they didn't hold any punches, you know? They straight up did it all. And, you know, certain times it did get mature and graphic and stuff like that. But, you know, one of my biggest cons was the fact that they blended in the new 52 style costumes and the new 52 look and stuff like that. And on top of that, the voice acting, man, the dialogue, the voice acting, you know what I'm saying? Check it out. Let me know what y'all think. Hit me up on Twitter at Livin Large 187. That's Livin Large 187. Or you can just comment down below and let me know what y'all think in terms of the Superman movie. Are you excited for part 2? What y'all expecting? Are you hoping that the dialogue and the voice acting get better? I'm hoping so. You know, I'm hoping they get better voice actors and doing it up like that. Shouts out to the dude that played Batman, though. For a little bit, I actually thought he fooled me. I actually thought it was Kevin Conroy. But, you know, he did a good job. So that's what's up. Wonder Woman, as always, Rosario Dawson, she, you know, she's always good. She's been playing the character ever since the animated feature, the first Wonder Woman animated movie. And she's been doing it big like that. So big ups on that. It's just the character that played, the dude that played Superman, the dude that played Lex Luthor, and, you know, just the dialogue, you know what I'm saying? Some shit like that. I don't know. To me, I just could not get into it. None of that, you know what I'm saying? But once again, like, comment, subscribe, do what it do. Y'all already know what it is in terms of the YouTube. And again, comment section, baby, use it. Down below, let us know what y'all think. Let's get the conversation going, you know, and let me know. Me, personally, out of 4 stars, because I love even numbers. I don't do odd numbers. You know, I'm superstitious like that. Out of 4, I'd give it 2.5. I'd like to see where it goes. I would have given it the extra half. I would have made it 3 if it was straight up 90s. You know what I'm saying? So, DC, if you're checking this out, if you're watching this video, you know, if y'all watching the video, give us a 90s era Superman with the mullet, quote unquote, and the Superboy with the leather jacket, and everybody else keeping it alive like that, you know? Give us that, man. I've been waiting for it. I've been waiting for it, you know? And that's it for me. We're going to kick it back to the tunes. We got some more tunes coming at you. It's a Home Invasion exclusive by the homeboy Ivason Black, a.k.a. Skits. This is off his prequel album. Check it out if y'all don't know. I will put the link down below and share that up. You know, the homeboy Ivason Black been, you know, vibing with us, sharing and posting, and it's all love. You know what I'm saying? The track right here called Hot Shit, featuring Suge. Once again, y'all know what it is. It's Livin Large, and that's how we do. Giving y'all a little sample. This is it right here. Ivason Black, what up, homie? Hot shit. Home Invasion show. Y'all heard it first. But yeah, so that's what it is in terms of DC. I haven't really checked out their other animated features. I know they come out with a couple more. And, you know, I got some free time now, so I will check them out, let y'all know what I think. But once again, this movie right here, 2.5 stars. That's in terms of Livin Large. That's how it is. Smash or grab. Definitely grab it, you know, and let me know. Let me know what y'all think. You know, that's pretty big. We're trying to get that community going. We're trying to get that buzz going. Trying to get that fan base bubbling, you know what I'm saying? But that's it for me. Check me out next week. We will be in and, you know, bringing you more of the same. Keeping it locked like that, and that's what it is. OG Radio, it's the Home Invasion show. Livin Large out.